Sojourn with the Lord.
In today's Gospel, we see Jesus encountering the three would be followers, two men who volunteered to be Jesus' followers, and one whom Jesus called to follow him. We don't know whether these men responded or not, although the sense we get is that they did not. But Luke doesn't focus on their response. Instead, he wants to take Jesus' words to our own hearts. Three of them were interested to follow Jesus, but they had some conditions. I am reminded of a sentence I read somewhere. There is a difference between interest and commitment. When you are interested in doing something, you do it only when circumstances permit. When you are committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. This is what happened to the three would be followers. They were interested but not committed. The question for our reflection is clear. Am I fully committed to Jesus or just interested in Jesus? Am I following Jesus totally or just casually? In the case of the first man, Jesus realized that the man had not thought it through carefully. He had not considered the cost of following him. He hadn't thought of a hardship, the rejection, and the persecution that would inevitably follow. He had an idealized, glamorous view of what is meant to follow Jesus, but it wouldn't carry him through the tough times. The second man thought that following Jesus was important, but not more important than family obligations. When Jesus said, "Follow me," he replied, "Permit me first to go and bury my father." But if our commitment to family is greater than our commitment to Jesus and his kingdom, we have got it wrong. The third man volunteers to follow Jesus, but with the stipulation that he first be allowed to go home and say goodbye to everyone. He thought that following Jesus was important, but not important enough to let go of the old relationships and ways. He just couldn't quite cut the ties with the old life. He wanted to keep the door open so that if things didn't work out, he could always go back. He wasn't willing to make a clean break with the old contacts and way of life. Often we too are following Jesus just like those three persons. Let's ask ourselves, am I saying, "I will follow you, Lord," but everything after that but needs to go? Since the only way to follow Jesus is totally, each one of us must soberly ask ourselves the question, am I following Jesus totally? Am I holding back something for myself? Am I hanging on to some secret sins just so I won't miss out on what the world has to offer? Following Jesus is not just an important thing, it is the most important thing in our life. Let's reflect.